Hey, 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 welcome. Welcome you all. Talking and solving some recoil puzzles from Tour 5 again. Hi LM Demasi. Hi whoever else is here. And welcome to who is into the VC Studio in on Discord. Probably my music is too high though, so let me do that. Something like this. This should be better. It is. Yes, it is. Maybe I can do that. Let's see. Maybe yes. Okay. So, checking that everything works. Am I live? I think so. Maybe. Yeah, it seems so. Okay. You're good. Nice. Perfect. Okay. So, what am I doing? Okay, this is the story. Yesterday, I received a DM from one of the setters for the Concourse League, sending me this puzzle that is inherently broken. I will show you why. And it's a recoil puzzle. And while talking with that person about that puzzle, I thought it was a good idea to do the same that we did the other day on Discord when I solved one puzzle from Matt and finding out that, well, there were some properties, some interesting properties. So the idea of today is this. I'll start with the puzzle I received yesterday. I'll say why it's broken. It's obviously broken, but you will see. And then I will talk about like 2 or 3 properties that I think they are interesting in this puzzle. Why? Because we are trying to make a new version of this puzzle, or at least of the break-in of this puzzle, to make it work. I thought that this could help people in setting recoil, because at least I have some experience in setting those, because I did that for 3 weeks, or probably a bit more than all of you. And well, people are here, people can help, and we can find other interesting stuff that I don't know, that we don't know, that you don't know. Secondly, if we do that and we have time, I was thinking to like not entirely solve that math puzzle, but maybe just part of it, because there were always also some interesting properties there. And yeah, so this is the plan. If we take only like 20 minutes to do all of that, I will just continue with the other puzzles, not recoil puzzles, and it will become a normal stream. But honestly, I don't think that will happen, knowing how much time I need usually to do that. So, what's the puzzle? The puzzle is this one. It is a very nice flame, or well, a very nice ghost. You can think at it how you want, like yeah. And well, this is the puzzle. And for whoever doesn't know what recoil is, maybe someone is here and they don't know. The point is that you start from the black diamond, and for each move you make, you're adding a recoiled cell in the opposite direction. So you move this and you take this. You move another one, you take the other one, and so on. And every time is the nearest cell in the opposite direction. So like if here I go down this way, I'm adding a recoil here, as you can see. And at the same time, if I have stuff like, I don't know, like, okay, I do this. When here I want to go up, I'm adding a recoil in the nearest, in the opposite direction. The nearest is not this one because it's a path cell, not this one because it's already recoiled, not this one because it's out of the grid, so I'm adding this one to be a recoil. So I do that. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and it adds. So that's pretty much it. If you if you are not familiar with recoil, that's the point. And well, the point of the puzzle is to cover the entire grid with path cells or recoil cell. So you have like n moves and n recoil cells. That means n plus 1 cells used for moves, because every time you get here, it's two cells for one move, and so on, and n cells for recoil. That's pretty much it. So, what's strange with this puzzle? A lot of things are strange with this puzzle. There are many things that are strange with this puzzle. But first of all, the big point why this is just broken, and you can easily see that it's broken, is counting. Why? Because this puzzle has well, if I try to count, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, yes, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the point is that this puzzle has 94 cells. Now, why is that a problem? You can't make a recoil puzzle in which your grid has a even number of cells, because it's 49. It's 94 cells. Why is that a problem? Because to complete a step like this one, you are using 3 cells, because you have the starting point, the other one, and then the last. In other words, you add a cell, and every time you add a cell, you add the recoil. But this means that the number of cells that you add and number of the recoils is equal. So you have an even number when you sum those two. But you have the black diamond cell, this is the starting point, that must be added. So it's like n moves and n recoils. So it's n plus 1 cells in the path and n recoils. N plus 1 is 2n plus 1, that is odd. Another way to think of that is that you are adding a recoil for each step. So how many steps do you have? You have n steps and n recoils, but every step counts one less than the number of cells that are used for the steps, because like here you have 2 steps and you're using 3 cells and so on. So the point is that you must have an odd number of moves in a recoil. An odd number of cells in a recoil grid, and this is just not the case. So yeah, puzzle done. We can move on. No, that's the whole point why I'm doing this stream. I thought it was interesting, and of course, I think the author will be can find useful some of the stuff that we are seeing here. Well, the point is that there are like 3 or 4 interesting things that I see that are all interesting. The first one is you can't really stay in the in the top part of the grid. Like, imagine you don't want to go through here. That's just not enough. You can easily see that you can't do that, and the easiest way to see that is looking at this cell. This cell can't be a recoil from the column, so it must be a recoil from the row. So it means that you have at some times a step going this way. And then why is that a problem? So, well, it's a problem because you don't have many ways to move. What do I mean? I mean that if you want to move from one side to the other one, like for example, you want to go from top to down and from down to top, so you want to return up, you know for sure that you have something very interesting. Like, the first thing that you can say is that you can't go like this way. Why I'm saying that you can't go this way? Because those two cells are 2 moves down, and 2 moves down mean that every time you want to go 2 moves down, you must add 2 recoils up. But those 2 recoils would be this one and this one. And so what's the problem? Well, the problem is that if this is not the end, in that case it works, okay? If this is the end, it works, but it can't be the end, because you must reach this. And like, you have only... how can I explain that? You have only 2 moves here, 1 and 2 as paths to go. So you can't really do that and stand here and stop here, because you must reach this, and you're starting up here. So like, you do that, you do that, you do that, you make that move that you need for that, and then how do you return up to go down this way? You just can't, okay? So that's pretty much it. But now, if this is not the end, why this must be the end in that word? Because you can't do that. Because you have nothing to recoil from the right. And you can't go down again. Why? Because you have nothing up to recoil. So every time you try to go this way, you are just breaking the puzzle. But this means that if you want to go up and down, and then up again, you must go through here this way. This is a connectivity type of logic that works very well in this type of puzzles. You must use something similar, for example, in the fourth example I made, because every time you think about how am I switching from the sides, because I know that I must reach some of the cells. So this is one of the points, that you must reach one of the cells. So what comes into my mind is that at a certain point you must do something like, like imagine I'm doing that, and then I'm doing this, and then I'm going up, and then I'm going up again, and then I go here. Okay, so that's pretty much what I'm expecting from the puzzle. Okay, so that's the idea behind. Why I'm saying that that's the idea? Because of what I said. I know that I must go through the two gaps, the two doors, this way and the other way around, but I know for sure that I can't go through here going down. So because I must go through, I must go from here, from down to up. But this means that the other one must be taken on the other side. So that's relevant when you think about the number of gaps that you have to go through, the number of pathways, because so what I'm saying is, if you in setting try to limit the ways the recoil must pass through, you can create some connectivity logic that is at least interesting, I think. The other problem here, or at least the other two problems, are about some of the cells. What do I mean with that? There are three things that I want to consider. I'm gonna use the green for all of these cells, okay? Because we must talk about these cells to see why I thought I should make this stream. So First one. This cell. In this puzzle, you have some of the cells that are completely out of the grid. Like, literally out of the grid, okay? Now, think about this cell. Think about this one. This one must be a recoiled cell. Why? Because you can't reach that cell with your path. But at the same time, you can't make a vertical move from here. Now, there is something interesting, because this one is made exactly where are the eyes. So this means that you need a horizontal movement that goes from left to right, because you are recoiling from this side. Oh, okay, I do that, but you probably see the other way around. So maybe I should do this to say, yeah, okay. So I'm going to here, and so I must recoil through here. But this means that I need something like, for example, like this, or like this, or like one of these. Now, that's why I thought that this puzzle was interesting to show. And just saying, it's not something that the setters, what I play here is not something that the setters are submitting. Okay, so like the math puzzle was an unofficial submission that was public, and the same applies for this one. The setter is not public, but the point is the same. It was not a real submission. It was just the setter sending me some ideas just because they wanted to understand better what was going on with some logic. So that's why I'm doing that publicly, because if I tell something to one setter, I mean, I think it's fair to say the same to all the setters if they want to know. So you have those 4 cells, or those 4 moves, sorry, and one of them has this recoil. Now, we must think about what we already said. Why I'm saying that? Because let's remove those and remember that we need one of those moves going this way to this. Okay. Now, the easiest one is this one. Like you do that and automatically you add this. That's pretty much fine, right? But now, my real question is, how do you do what we said of going down this way and then up this way? Because for the things that we already said, we know that we must go down and up again. But we must go down and up again. Yeah, maybe I should do this. Down and up again. To do that, to go down and up on the other side, you must go through this little step at this point, because this one is going this way. Now, how can I do that? That's the big problem. That's the big deal. Why I'm saying that? Because the first thing that comes to mind is to go this way, of course. Like, imagine that you're not doing that because it's not necessary, but I mean, you can do that, okay? And you can't just do that because you're going in the wrong direction. So you must go this way. When you go this way, you are going through here, so you're taking this cell too, and now you're going this way, and everything seems to work, okay? But now you have problems. Why? Because you can't go down again because you have nothing to recoil, and you can't go to the left because now you can't continue down, nothing to recoil, and you can't go left again because now nothing to recoil, so you can't go down. So you must stop here or here, and we know that you can't because you must do that on the other side, okay? So for the same reason, this means that, this means that if you do that, you can't really continue this way. But if you can't continue this way, because you must do that, I mean, you should do this one. You should do this thing. And now this is just broken because how do you even continue down if this one must go up? You just can't, okay? So this thing doesn't work. This thing just doesn't work. But it's interesting because if you had a cell like here, for example, that allows to go down, or here that allows you to go down, that would be different, because now you could do this, for example, with another cell applied here. Like, imagine that you have a cell here, okay? This would mean that you can, in theory, do that. Because this one is recoiling this, and this is recoiling this. But you could have problems again, but yeah, you have problems again because it creates problem after. Because now you can't continue down, and you can't continue down this way because you have used all of your recoils. So yeah, it's still problematic. So you must do that one, add another cell here, maybe go down again. From here you do that, and then like for example you can do this one and then go down again, and from here you can continue and solve the problem. Like this could be one of the points. Okay, so you add cells to continue this way. Also, the thing that I'm doing here, like adding stuff that is outside to help, could seem like an easy way to do something, but at the same time allows, when your puzzle is not too hard, to guide the solve that the others are doing. Why I'm saying that? Just because clearly, when I know that I need a horizontal segment from here, for example, the thing that I'm saying, I know at the same time that I need to find a way to make that horizontal segment, and so on and so on and so on. So anyway, I know that this one doesn't work. Let's return to the other one, okay? Also, chat is very silent. I'm very worried about that. So it's because I'm too good explaining, or because I'm too boring explaining, or because they are all dead. I don't know. But okay. Okay, this is another of the points possible. Chat represent. Oh, okay, nice, Lorena. Nice. Okay. So this one is one of the other points. Now, this is probably the most interesting one at the moment, because it's very strange, but I can prove that this one doesn't work. Why I'm saying that? Because of another thing that is relevant in these recoil puzzles, where the starting point is. In theory, this one works. In theory, this one could be the move that recoils outside. The problem is that to recoil outside, you must have already used those two cells via other recoils or via moves, path cells. And why I'm saying that this is a problem? How can I say that? Okay, the first thing that comes to my mind at least, is that I can't go up. Why? Because if I go up, this one is going on the other direction, of course, because this one is going outside from the starting point, because it's a starting point for a reason. Starting means starting, not ending. So I can't do that. Why this is a problem? This is a problem because of what I want to do here. Why? Because of course I can't now make another horizontal move, because I don't have any other recoils here to make. Okay, and remember that this one recoils this one, so I don't have many options. One of the options is this one. If I do this on this side, it would recoil the first empty cell. And what is the first empty cell for this? It's not this one, it's this one. Why? Because when I make this move, this one is not done yet. Why I know that? Because to make this, I need to recoil outside. So if I want this to recoil outside, this one, this move, is gonna happen before the other side. And like this means that every time I want to make like this specific shape, I showed it in the other recoil sim. If you have stuff outside here and stuff outside on the other direction, the nearest one, the nearest horizontal move to one of the sides must go to the opposite side. So it must be like, like this one. Why? Because again, every time you make one of the two moves horizontal, you're just breaking the other one. Because why? Because when I do that, I'm using this one. Or when I do that, I'm using this one, depending of which one is made before. So I should do this of course, that can't be allowed, and I can't do this one because again it's not allowed because it recoils this. So this means that I can't have horizontal moves here. And this is not case checking. This, I mean, okay, it's a bit case checking, but it's not like bifurcation because I'm strictly thinking at what happened at what's happening here. That's my point at least, or at least I don't feel like that. But this means that what do I have here? I could have an ending of some kind, or I have stuff that goes like straight, that just breaks, of course. And the only way it doesn't break is this one. Why I'm saying that? For many reasons. First one, when you are using this cell can't be now another recoil because of what? It could be a vertical recoil, okay, that's true. But it must be a vertical recoil from down, that could be allowed. But the whole point is that it can't be a recoil from the horizontal, and so I can't really do that. Sorry, I can't really do that because it works from the up. And the big problem is that this move is too near to the starting point. And yes, you can say, but you were talking about those two cells. What those two cells have in common with the starting point? A lot. Why? Because I know what the line is doing. So the line is going through here in some ways, and then is going up. And when I go up, what happens up here? I don't know. I don't know yet. Okay. So what I want to do, sorry, is trying to understand if there is a way to like start from here, touch this line after you reach or recoil those two cells, and then go through here and then do whatever you want. But remembering that you must go up from here and down from here, or yeah, you can do that. So it must be down from here. This is like we know that those things apply. Oh, and someone could tell that I don't know if you must go all the way up. You can stay down here or not. I can tell you that you must continue up, but for well, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just stay here. You can prove that you must make this step too, but it's not needed for what I'm saying. What I'm saying is just that now I want to go through here. I want to do stuff like, I don't know, like this. This is just broken also, but yeah, imagine. And then go up in some ways and return, and then at certain point touch this. But how can you do that when you know that your paths through are this one and this one? You need to take this one after you go up again. That's the whole point. But to do that, how do you do that? You can do that this way, maybe. That's strange, okay? That's really strange. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Okay, sorry, I have some messages. You can set with outside cells for recoils and then adjust some of them at the end. Yes, exactly. Like, you can do that, and you know that, yeah, like, for example, you make this, and then, like, add from here, and it just will switch the cells that we were talking about. And this is very helpful in setting recoils because you edit and take cells in and out, and you see what's going on. Like, okay, this one is not needed. Okay, I'm taking it out. This one, I want it here or here, and I can do that and stuff and similar stuff. It's like that, yeah. And it's very, very, very easy to do stuff like that in this type of puzzles. Honestly, like, yeah, if you want to be, I don't know, to be like, yeah, if you want to be fancy with your drawing, but you can change the drawings depending on what you're doing. That's the point, and I think it's a cool thing to say, and yeah, I agree. You're proving, okay, you're proving a kind of theorem of general application which novice solver will not have seen, and experienced solver will use. Yes, and let me be clear about that. I know that this way, probably I'm helping in general, like in a sort of cooperative thing, everyone. But the point is that I'm trying to show stuff and ideas and properties that are used also for setting, because you know what you're doing and you can use that for setting too. Or at least when I set number 4, I did exactly that. I tried to force some general stuff of where you can go and where you can't go. So it's kind of important, I think, to say and to share that kind of stuff after the first stream, because in the other stream I was talking more about more general properties that are more local properties that are known, or more basic stuff. I was trying to share something a little bit more advanced, and at the same time I think that maybe the experienced solvers will use a lot. Experienced setters maybe are just already using, but maybe novice setters and novice solvers did not see, and they want to know that there are those ideas. So that was exactly my intention and my idea about this. So, like, yeah. And yeah, I also I want to know if what I'm saying is clear, because I mean, please tell me if I'm wrong first, and second, if everything is clear. That's important to me, at least. So let me return a bit back on that. I know for sure that I must go through here after I return up. This is important because this is just broken, as you can see. It can't be. It just can't be, because I must go through here, I must go up again, and I must return. How do I do that? I don't even have enough space to do all of that. How can I prove that? Well, I must go through those 2 steps, and yes, I can not go through here if I do something similar, something like that, and I can't really go straight because I create a wall here. When I can do that, I mean, yeah, maybe I can do, like, I don't know. Yeah, I can do that again. I'm creating walls. Maybe I can do these, and then this is made to allow to return up. And then, apart that I'm already breaking this one because of this, so I can do that. And I can do that. Oh, yeah, that's even simpler. I can do this because I'm breaking this one. I can do this because I'm breaking this one. And I can do this because when, yeah, I mean, I just can't. So I'm going through here all the way, and now I'm just broken, because if I continue, I break again. So there is no way for this to reach those 2 cells before touching the down and the up again and returning here. And the only way, so that remains, is that this step is made before I go down and up. But remember that I must take those 2 cells before. How do I do that? Like, yes, and then how do I return here? So the whole point is that because of this one must be near the end of the puzzle, but this one, because it's so near to the starting point, and because of this cul-de-sac that you have here, you just can't do that. You can do that if you have a lot more space for this to join and continue and then go up and then return, and then, but you can't, because you have 1 step of motion here, 1 step, this is very, very small, very it's not that wide, and the same applies here and here and here and here. So all of these steps are so strict that you can't. Okay, maybe strict is not the real word in English for that, but they are so narrow. Yeah, they are so narrow that you can't really do that. Okay, that's pretty much the point. Now, because I can do that, this one is broken. I'm sure it's all perfectly clear, and I will understand it once I watch it fully. Hi, YouTube branding. Oh, thank you. Okay. So what are the other options? Now, this one was the most interesting one in my opinion. But now, follow me for a second. What happens here? If I do that, if I do this, and this one is the cell that applies this recoil here, then this one is never reached. Why? Because this one is reachable by a movement that goes from the other direction. But if I want to do that move after this move, I'm already breaking the puzzle, because this move would recoil this cell and not this cell, because it's recoiling always the first one. So I can't do that. At the same time, if I want to continue, I can't. Why? Because this one is the last recoil. So it's the last recoil in the column. So when I did that, I recoiled this one. So when I do that, what am I recoiling? Nothing. In other words, this one doesn't work. So this means one thing, one important thing. All I did here forces this one to be the end of the puzzle, recoiling this cell. Why I thought this was a beautiful break-in? Because it's just using one column, and the geometry of the grid, the things that you have outside and inside, the number of moves that you have to make, the connectivity. So you must go here, down, and up again, and so on, and so on, and so on. And this is all very interesting, in my opinion. And also, it's giving you like the most important thing in a recoil puzzle, the ending. Because when you know the ending, you know where you are going, which cells can't be recoil anymore, and so on, and so on, and so on. Or can't be path cells, at least. And this is doing a lot. Already this is doing a lot. Already this thing is doing a lot. When you know those three things that are, as I said, in this puzzle, those are just forced. And it's done. It's literally done at this point. In terms of the break-in. Because now, because of this, you can say like that this one is not an ending. This one is not an ending, sorry. All of these are not endings, of course, because they are outside. So you can just drop all of this down. Now you can't end here, you can't end here, you can't end here. And you can't really touch this cell in any case, because this would apply a recoil up or to the left, and you can't. You can't really touch this cell, I think, because what happens here and here? Yes, you can't. You can't use this cell, so you are already doing a lot of things around, okay? You can have the link to the puzzle, but remember that the puzzle is broken, okay? So what I'm doing here is just solving a broken puzzle, because it has only 94 cells. That is even and not odd, but yeah. I didn't honestly, but yeah, it's there now. So next step I wanted to say, do you remember that I said that there were like 4 cells that were important? I used this one to make the break-in to understand where the ending is. And for what I said, all of the things are saying that this one is the last step you're doing, and you are recoiling this cell. Now, there were other 3 cells that were important, and they are this one, and this one. So this one, and this one. I want to go through these cells in a second, because again, I think this is very educative. Is that a word? Educational? I don't know. What's the word? Well, one of the two, I think, is a correct word. But instructive. Oh, instructive. Okay, nice. Instructive, perfect. So let's have a look at this cell. the one to the right. What do we know about this cell? Remember that now we know that the ending is here. So whatever we are doing at the moment must become, must be part of something that was before and must continue. So it can't just end. You must think at what else it's happening. Why I'm saying that? Because look at this cell. This cell can't be a recoil from above or down, so it's not a vertical recoil. So it must be a horizontal recoil. And why this is important? Because the fact that this is an horizontal recoil means that it's this one. It's just this one because it's the only horizontal movement that you can use. But now, in which direction I'm going? Of course in this direction, because it's a recoil from this side. So it's just the only move that you can make. And so you must do that, recoiling this one also. But now you must go up, and now you can't recoil down again, and you must do that. Okay? When I do that, now I know that I'm recoiling something from the right. So if I do this from before, here I'm recoiling this cell, and from here I couldn't recoil anything. So this means that I must go up this way. And this is all forced. This is all forced at the moment. And now that I know this, I know that I can't go down because of here, so I must continue this way. And those are two recoils that are exactly those two recoils. So I can't continue this way. And if I go up, well, this one can't be part of the thing, of course. So I must go down. And when I go down, I'm recoiling this cell. So like, not just knowing that the ending is here just solves all of these. So it's pretty cool the way when you find something, you just can go through a lot of easier and interesting stuff on the other side of the grid. Okay, now this is the problem. Why I'm saying all of that? Why all of these I think is instructive and interesting? Because of the other two cells that I was talking about earlier. What do I mean? I have two moves that are recoiling some moves downwards. Where am I placing those two moves? I don't have many options. I have this and I have this. So I must use a move going down this way, or I must make two moves here. Now, can I really do that? Why I'm thinking of that? Because when I do that, I must ask at which point of the puzzle I am again. It's like again about the experienced solvers or not, right? This move, when this move happens, for what I know, that I must go through here because I can't go through here, this move must happen after I make this move. So there must exist a moment in which I go through here, I return up, and then in some ways I go through here, through this point, to recoil after this, and then I must end here. How can I do that? You do that, you're just breaking connectivity here. So you just can't do that. Again, I hope this is like pretty clear at this point, right? So this means that those two steps that move downwards must be this one and this one going downwards. That forces this. I don't know if this one is making this one of those two. Well, I know, but I don't. I can force this one to be that because of it can't be a vertical move because of this. But I don't want to go through there at the moment. I just want to understand that those two are recoiling the cells up. Like, the grid and just those 1, 2, 3, and 4 cells are forcing all the things that you are seeing. And why I think this is relevant? Because all of these works with the stuff that is outside the grid. So it's not like, okay, you made you just gave stuff outside the grid and the puzzle is just stupid, it's easy, nothing interesting, and so on. I mean, there are interesting things in this puzzle. The way this thing forces all of this, because you don't have the end here. The fact that here you are doing stuff in the column, that was easy. No, sorry, not easy, but that was similar to things that we did in that math puzzle, for example. So, like, there are things that you are doing here in this puzzle that are interesting, even if the cells are outside. I'm saying that because I know that someone just thinks that because you put the cells outside, okay, you know that those cells are not part of the path, so it's easier, it's less interesting, it's less fun. No, it isn't. It isn't at all. This is a perfect example of puzzle that has lovely interactions, or at least I think there are lovely interactions in this puzzle. And the only problem with this puzzle is that it's broken. Like literally, okay? But and it is still broken, okay? Remember that it is still broken. Because we haven't added the new cells. What I want to do in this stream is to make it not broken. But to make it not broken, can I? Okay, yeah. To make it to solve the problem of this being broken, you must add stuff that is not interfering with stuff that you have here, that we already have here. So you can't just add stuff wherever you want. It must be a specific thing. Like, for example, the fact that here you can't go this way is because you don't have cells above. So you can't just add a cell here and make it working, because this would create the possibility of this, because the fact that this doesn't work is because this one must be done after this. So yeah, like, you can prove that this doesn't work in any case, because you can't really connect this and then return. But if you want to still have this deduction about the order of moves, you can't just add stuff, because this could be possible. So every time you add something in a recoil puzzle, in a recoil grid, it's very relevant that you make sure that you are not creating other complications that just break all the things that you've done before. And I know that this this is true for like every puzzle that you make, so you must always return back. But in this specific case, in this specific type of puzzle in which the order of moves is important, it's not only, okay, I must make a move or I must add a cell that solves this problem at the end, because that cell at the end could create another possibility from the start, or just change the position of a recoil at another point, at another moment of the solve or of the setting process. So we must be careful. That's the whole point. That we must be careful about this. Anyway, what do I know now? Like, I think we know something here. For example, we know now that we must continue this way. We still know that we must continue this way, but also we know that we must go through here from here, so we must continue up. Now, I can't really go this way because I don't have recoils here, so I must do that. When I do that, I have 1, 2, and 3 moves here. And I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 recoils down. So I can make another move, or not. Just or not, right? That's That's pretty much it. But those two can't be horizontal recoils, so they must be vertical recoils from those three. So if I do that now, I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 moves up, but I only have 1, 2, and 3 down. So this means that I can't really go through this way, so I must go through this way, and so I must go through this way. This is like forced, and now I can't continue from this side because this one is not allowed because of this. I can't. I can't recoil from this direction, so that's the point. I can recoil only from this direction in this case. So I can't continue from this side. But because I can't continue from this side, this one must be a recoil of some kind. And now this one must be a recoil of some kind too, as well, because I can't go through here and then return. It's just broken again, okay? So those are forced again. And so here I have options. Here I still have options, of course. But not only I have options here, I must remember another relevant point at this part of the thing, and that is that this one must be now or part of a cell or a recoil of some kind. And now, why I did that before? Because now, if I want to do this, I mean, I'm taking this cell and I can't take this cell because it's here. So from this to continue, I can't really go this way around this this, I don't know, the left eye. Okay, it's the left if you think at it on the other side, right? Yeah, it's the left eye, and you can't go through here. At the same time, you can't go through here because you are closing this one. It doesn't really matter how many moves you make. Okay. I mean, you can do that. Of course, you can do that. Okay, to allow this, and then maybe do that. But now, how can you ever reach this part of the puzzle? That's the other problem. Like this one forced all of these. This cell outside, and this cell outside is saying that I can't really do that, because if I do that, apart that I'm breaking this, and that's fine too. But even if I don't think at that, I just need a way to, like, yeah, imagine that you do that, so you're not breaking this cell. Okay, that's fine. How do you make it? How do you create this? Because you must, you can't connect this way now. You can't connect this way now. So how do you return? If you return this way, you are going on the other direction. It's just utterly broken. Okay, completely broken. So, in other words, I can't go through here from the starting point, and I can't go here from the starting point at this moment of the puzzle. So I must go up or up this way. I mean, in some ways, I must go up. And when I go up, which part I reach? This one or this one? Of course, the other one, because I'm going to the other side. I can't really do that, because again, I would be on the other direction. So I must go this way in some ways. In other words, this exists. And now I can't go through the way here, because if I do that, I would recoil this cell, and I can't recoil this cell, because this cell must be used. So I must go up from this side. And now, what happens here? Can I really do that? Now you can tell, we already proved that this one doesn't work. No, we didn't. We just said that this one is not the cell, the move that recoils the one outside. Remember? I didn't ever say that this one can't recoil this cell, for example. So if I have this one, though, I know something. I know that, well, this one is recoiled from here, okay? But what I know is that if this is the case, and this one is recoiling something, this thing is recoiling again something before I make other things, because this one is clearly near the end, near the start. So I must recoil this one. And now from here, I must go through here, and this is broken. This is broken because I must make 2 moves down, or 3 moves down, but I only have 1 up. So I just can't recoil from this direction. What does all of this mean? This. I know this thing. Like, why I think all of this is interesting, because not only you are making stuff that goes up, down, left, and so on and so on and so on, but also you are using some deductions that are like global connectivity and stuff, similar stuff, and so on and so on and so on. But also you are making some progress, like understanding where the ending is, then finding some specific parts of the path, other parts of the path, then continuing here, and this is forcing stuff on the start again for connectivity that at a certain point is doing other stuff as well. So now you can continue, and when you continue this way, you can't go to the right, of course. This one is just broken. So this one is a recoil, and this one is a recoil too. So you must go down. You're recoiling this cell. Oh, come on. Yeah, you're recoiling this cell. When you recoil this cell, now you can't recoil something down, so you must go this way and recoil this cell here. So there exists a move from here, but it recoils this one. From here, I must go down, and I'm recoiling those two cells, so no more moves to down. So I must go this way. When I go this way, I recoil this, and well, and we are here. How much progress in like 1 minute after you find all of those, right? So that's very relevant at this point. But now we have a problem. We just have a problem now. And that problem is what's going on here. Now this cell must be recoiled. And you just can't do that. And we can stop here. Like, literally. We can just stop here. If I want to recoil this cell, I need a move that goes down. But that move must be done before you make this. And you can't. Because every time you make a move down, you are recoiling this cell. I couldn't see which cell you meant, though I think I know. Oh yeah, I was talking about this cell. You just can't recoil this cell. And the puzzle is broken. If again, you see how much things here were interesting, right? I mean, this is very instructive. The fact that you can go all the way through here to this point, making all of those interesting deductions. I mean, every deduction here is very interesting at this point. And then it just stop, because you can't recoil this cell. Or this cell for the same reason, but you get the point. Now, I mean, you can clearly, okay, yes, I want to just recreate these steps here, because again, they are all forced for what we did, okay? So all of these and all of these are just forced. And then this one. Is it? It is, yes. I'm just recreating this for a second, because I wanted to share like the last thing about this puzzle that is I think is relevant, okay? And Like, yeah, we go this way. Now the big problem is, the problem is not just the 94 cells. The problem is that we want those two to be recoils. Now, I can tell you that, I mean, you can just avoid. You can just remove this cell and that's fine, right? Yes, it is. But when you do that, you are just breaking all the logic you already made about the start. Why? Because now it's clear that this is the end. So, like all the things that are very interesting here about where the start and the end is are just useless, right? Are just completely useless at this point. Still, you can do that. Like add a cell down that clearly will just recoil this cell. That's working, of course, and the only thing that that this does is add one step that is a clear, easy step. That's fun. That's fine, and I mean nothing is a problem here. Still, you have this problem, and this problem is not easily solvable at all. I mean, literally. Because when you do that, this one must be done at the end of your puzzle. And if you think, okay, I can make it a last move, like something that doesn't adding one cell also give away that it needs to be the end? Yes, pretty much it. Yep. Yep. I mean, you can in theory have this move and then another move, right? Like how can I say that? But in theory, you can. You can say that having another cell here means that you go this way, and that's one of the moves, and then at a certain point you make another move that is this one. So it's not exactly giving away like at the start, but you give it away in a matter of some minutes. You're just like removing a lot of the cool stuff that you have here. At the same time, what I wanted to say is that you can't really add this that clearly works to make this one. I mean, you can, but it's a little bit cheap. First of all, now if you do that, you must add another cell up here, or here maybe. I don't know. That again doesn't do much because this is clearly the other one, so you must make this one before, so you're not just breaking the puzzle. So this solves the problem that you have about those cells. But again, it's a bit cheap, and you are breaking the whole puzzle. I mean, yeah, you are breaking the whole break-in, not the whole puzzle. The puzzle is not working, but it's yeah, it's not the way that I want that I would like to have those two solved. You get my point, I think. But the problem is that if you want this to not be forced to be from the horizontal movements, you need at a certain point this one going through this way. But to do that, you must break this idea. But this idea was important to disallow this to go this way, to avoid this. So it's not exactly clear that okay, you just add stuff down to allow another direction for this and everything, and everyone is happy. No, it's not. It's just not like that. Okay, that's the point. And at the same time, you can't force those two to be part of something horizontal, because if this one must be a horizontal move, you just change the wall break-in, because the wall break-in is about this row. And in this case, again, if you need the horizontal move, or you're adding stuff here that you can't do because that would imply that this move is not forced breaking the entire break-in again, or you must do something from the other direction. Another way to do all of these without adding this stuff exists, and is give me just a second. Okay. Another row 8, column 7. Yes, we will return on the other ones, but yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one, yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, yeah, I agree. I completely agree. Of course, I completely agree about that. It's not only hard, but it's just impossible. And again, it's a problem because it's another dice, right? So you can't really do that again. Another thing that I wanted to say that can help is doing this. And this is like, whoa, it's a big brain, right? A big brain move. Why? Because even if it's true that I can't really do some stuff or too much stuff outside, yeah, you can do that. You can just do that. And now you solve this. You solve this problem, yeah, from this direction. You're not creating any problems on the other side. You're just losing one of these, forcing this one. So you must create stuff down, but we didn't use this one. So at the moment in which we are, it's not changing the solve path that we have. So like this one is like a big brain move. But how do you even solve this? Okay, we are solving this one. At least we are solving this move now. This problem, at least. And we are not changing all the other stuff, because again, to force this one, you're using this. To forcing this, yeah. So it's like you are not really doing too much work here or too much problems. You're not creating too much problems here. It's pretty much the same type of logic, the same type of deductions, and so on. So this is a good way to solve one of the problems. But the big deal is that you have too many other problems. This one, and I mean not only those, but it's a big problem, as you can see. Okay, like from this direction. I mean, now you can't do that. You must go down again. Even if you want to do that, okay, you must go you must take this one, and then well, how can you ever take those? You just can't. You just can't take all of those, because those are horizontal movements that must be done before, and you just can't do that. So like to make this work, now you must just remove one of those. You must just, okay, maybe you can remove these. Okay, that's fine too. That's fine as well. But you must do this, for example. So to force those three moves to be exactly those three moves, and that's fine. I mean, you can do that, but you are just changing a lot of stuff in the puzzle at the moment to make that work, and still we can't force this one and this one. The big deal with all of this is that this one was created in a fancy way in terms of visuals, right? So you can't just I don't know, do that, because that would just break the visual. And at the same time, it not only it breaks the visual, but it also breaks the deductions of what's going this way. So again, all about the break-in. This just doesn't work again. Okay, so you have all of these things that work together, and I know that talking this way means that I mean, okay, someone can think, okay, this is too hard or some similar stuff, and yes, it is clearly hard, but yeah, poor Ghosty Levis has a lot. Yes, exactly, right. So there are very interesting stuff that go this way and create problems problems after problems after problems after problems, I mean. And do I have an answer to all of them? I don't really have an answer to all of them at the moment still. Like this one, okay? This one must be a movement upwards, so it must be this one. It must be this. It just must be this one. So this one must be this way, forcing this one. It's forced. So this one goes down again. And this one going down means that I must recoil this cell. And because I'm recoiling this cell, I'm going this way. When I do that, I must recoil this one. So I have two moves to the right. So I need 1 and 2 moves recoiling from this side. I mean, you see how much of this works? It's insane how much parts of this work. And here, I must recoil something up, so I must recoil this cell. So because I must recoil this cell, I can't go down this way, so I must continue this way, forcing this one to be done. And now I can go down, recoiling this one, that's fine. I must go this way, recoiling this. So all of this is working very well at this point. And now, because of what I had here, I'm having problems up here, because now I'm recoiling this cell. So I'm recoiling the wrong cell, not the upper one, because I have this problem. That's important. And still, I can't just remove this cell. Why I can't remove this cell? Because if I remove this cell, that's fine. I'm not saying anymore that I need this thing going down 2 times. Why? Because this going down 2 times was forced by the fact that I had 2 things up that weren't recoiled anywhere. So I can't just say, okay, that's fine, I am not using this and I'm fine. I mean, I can't do that. That's the problem. This one must be this one must be a recoiled cell. I can do that, but this breaks the horizontal moves, so I can't really do that again. So yeah, a lot of problems, okay? And I'm not here just to say everything is fine, everything is good. I'm just trying to let you notice how much things here create problems when setting. And again, it's not to scare you, just to let you know of what are the problems of setting a recoil puzzle. Because there are things that are that must be considered. That's the deal. That's the problem. Okay. I was scared already and not by Ghost. Yeah. But anyway, I had the permission from the setter to do some stuff here, so that's why I decided to go. Like here, you can't continue up, you can't continue right because you have nothing to do, so you must continue this way. When you continue this way now, well, yeah. At the moment, I must. I'm trying to see if there are ways to make this working in a at least a pleasant way. That's pretty much the point. Because the problem is this: you must reach this down now at this point. Why? Because of what I said. Now I know that this cell, must reach it not from above, because you just can't. So you must reach it from down. So it's this one or this one. It's one of those two. But if it's this one and you go this way, you are not recoiling this cell at all. So you must go through the way. You can't, because you don't have 2. So you must do that this way. When you do that this way, you must go up now, because again, you can't recoil again to the right because you have nothing left. So now this doesn't work. Now that I am here, what happens? Well, I can do that to recoil this one, to end the recoiling of this. of the horizontals. Remember that those are not very used, so we can just eliminate those when not needed. And now we can go up and recoil of those 3. So that works very fine. That was probably intended stuff, as you can see, right? But now, I mean, I guess that this is just not gonna be recoiled. That's fine, because you don't need that. You don't need to recoil this cell. You just don't. It's pretty useless to recoil this one. We can just remove this one. We can probably do that to, yeah. It's you can play around with this. You can even do that if you want to. You can even do that if you want to connect, or just not connect. That's all of this is fine. That's my point. Because you're not changing all your logic down here for what we had here. I mean, you can do that, even that, or anything that you like for the fancy stuff. And still, you are not talking about the elephant in the room, right? And yes, I know it's a ghost or a flame, but I'm talking about elephants. But still, you get the point, okay? So. Still, what can we do here? What can we do to solve our problems? It is so hard to change a puzzle to tweak a deduction at the end. I agree. I completely agree. What I'm gonna do here is not just like say, okay, this is the way to solve it, because I can't really say that at the moment. The puzzle is not mine. I said that I was just gonna play with it a bit and maybe find something to solve the problem, but maybe the solver will have other ideas. Again, this puzzle, at least the start of this puzzle, is worth publishing. A lot worth publishing. But what I want to do here is remove part of this. Like, imagine that I'm removing part of this, at least all of these. You say why? Well, those are done anyway, so I'm not changing this. I'm just not changing this. Ooh. Okay, I think this is it. Why? Because the things that we did here didn't use exactly this shape, okay, yet. So what I want to do here is not use this and only have one of those, and see if having only one of those allows us at least to recoil this one that in the ways that we said, without changing the deductions about here, because I don't know if these deductions are necessary at the moment, okay? So what I want is to find out if you can continue with the puzzle without having this. So, like, continuing the solve, because all of this was done even if you don't have you don't use this, okay? That's just not necessary for to make all of these at the moment, honestly. You still can't go through here, and I mean, all the other stuff is done, so it's not a big deal in that terms. So what I wanted to know is how much the puzzle changes if we remove this cell up. And well, I'm saying that because I know that it's not changing much. We all know that it's not changing much. Why? Because what are you changing? What are you changing? It's not, again, like like too much of a deal. Why I'm saying that? Oh, well, that's a point. Still, this one can't be a horizontal movement, so it must be a vertical movement. So it's this one or this one. Now, if it is this one, now you must go to the left, and you can't because you know that you have this. So in any case, you know that you have this movement. That forces this one. So this is forced in any case, even if you don't know about this. But when you know this now, what I want to ask is, I can't do that, right? Because if I do this, I don't have the start here. The start is above, so you can't go this way. You must go this way, just connectivity. So all of this is forced. And when you do this, you are recoiling this cell because it's the only one that you can recoil. And with this, you are recoiling this cell that's the only one that you can recoil. So all of these, and you recoil this one or this one, but you can't recoil this one because you must recoil this one before, and this one can't be recoiled now. Sorry, this one can't be recoiled before this one because this one must be recoiled before. So you must take an up move and you can't. So this one must be recoiled from this. So you must go down and yes, and now you can't from here go straight because you have two recoils. So you must go this way. When you go this way, you recoil this cell, of course. And now you go down, recoiling this cell, and you connect, starting the ending of recoiling this. So all of this is forced even if you don't have those two. The logic is a bit different, but you can do that. Now this one recoils this cell, and now you can't continue, so you must go down and recoil this one. And now you can't continue this way, so you must go down and recoil this cell lastly. So, okay, even if we didn't have that, we can still make this kind of deduction. And it's easy, it's not that cool, but you can do that at the moment. You just can do that. And again, you can't do this one or this one. So all of this is done at the same time. With this, that now must be a recoil horizontal. That can't be this one, so it must be a recoil made here. So again, you must do like that. This one is a recoil. And now here you can't continue to the right, so you must go up, and this one is a recoil. And you can't go up again, so you must go this way, recoiling this cell for the last time. And from here you can't go down, so you must go up, recoiling this cell. And now you can continue recoiling those two. So, okay, so the whole thing that we did still works here at the moment. That's also interesting. This is one of the things that I found me doing a lot, like removing one cell and trying to see if the whole puzzle still works, or you have problems of some kind, and so on and so on and so on. You're still not ending the problems. You still need these, for example, to make to recoil this one and stuff and similar stuff. And you are fine with this now because you have those two, of course. But yeah, we are with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 cells now that still have a bit of problems, of course. And if you ask me, I don't know how can we just remove the problems from here. Like for example, take this cell. This cell can't be like all of those moves that we are doing are in the wrong directions, for example. So you can't really just do that and it's fine because it's not fine. That's the point. So yeah. But again, at least we found logic and we found ideas that I think they are interesting. They are a little bit advanced, I think, at least more advanced than others. You use like a lot of this kind of stuff to solve number 3 and number 4 of my examples, and some of the unofficial puzzles that were already made. So I thought it was cool to share, and also, I mean, it's easier, I think, also for for the setter of this to understand what was going on and maybe try to set it again or set other stuff and so on and so on. I mean, people are playing with recoil and they had 34 days for that reason. So 7 days are done. 28, 27 are still working. So like, I don't know. I really think that to solve the problems here, you must do some interesting stuff or some strange stuff that that allows a lot of things. Yeah, a lot of things. I was thinking like you can just change the logic about the break-in, like adding another cell here, for example, that allows these or these, even this one, this move. That would be at least relevant, I think. But yeah, like the big problem here is that if I want to sorry, if I want to force other stuff up and maybe continue and solve other problems that you can solve, some of the problems can be solved, you still need to do some other tricks, like for example, like imagine that you have this, and so you have this thing that works in an interesting way, because now you have these moves, for example. Okay, imagine that you have those two moves, and so you are forcing stuff, for example. Okay, the big problem here is that even if all of this works, and maybe you can continue, 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 because all of these still work. So you're using those two things to force stuff, and maybe you can continue, and maybe you can continue, and maybe you can continue. So this works in a certain point, in a way. I'm not sure that the fact that you're not going down is fine. Why I'm saying that? Because we used that, or we didn't. I mean, okay, we didn't because we were not talking about this anymore. But is it still the same type of easy deductions that you have here or not? That's a big problem and a big question, right? Is it certainly fine to play with, and the setting tool makes it yes, exactly. I understand that people want to use Pempa for also for setting, but no, I mean, it's a lot more it's a lot simpler, for at least for me, to do that here. That could be just me, okay, but that's at least my take. Like, imagine if you do that. I had a wild idea. Like, Like, imagine you are doing this. I know that I'm just playing around, but okay, but Lorena, I'm not playing with the eyes now. I'm playing with the mouth. Is that better? Like, yeah, I was just I'm just curious of what happens if you play with it a little bit differently, because I know that most of the I know most of the steps here. That's my point. Okay, so I wanted to see what's going on if I change a little bit of something. Oh, sure, of course. Like, as you can see, I'm trying to not use the... I'm trying to not use to not destroy the things that the thing that we were using before. And why I was doing that? Because now I want to add these and change all of these and see what happens if I make all of those changes. Like, still you have problems here. You still have problems here. That's wild. That's wild. Okay, you can remove these too, as well. You can remove those two moves, those two things, maybe. But how do you even solve the problems that you have here? This one is a vertical move? Oh yeah, it's done by these. Done by this, so this one doesn't add anything. Yeah. Mouth is allowed, Ghost is just going through some stuff, yeah. Nice. Like, yeah, I guess I guess that you can make it a long eye, but again, I would play with the high and it's not allowed, right? We don't want to play with the eye here. This one is gonna be a vertical one, so you can't just remove this cell. You can't, I mean, you can remove this cell, of course, if you want this eye to be a little bit, yeah, like this looks fun in terms of that. And still, this would create a lot of problems. Well, those are not problems at all, of course. Because, I mean, yeah, you still have those three. Still, like, I guess, okay, I guess, I'm only guessing, that you can do these, for example, to solve this problem here without changing much of the logic that you had in the other parts of the solve. I guess that you can do stuff like this or like this. Oh, you have this problem because now you're adding 2 moves here, 2 down, forcing this one and this one, and then why is that a problem? 1, 2, and 3. Oh, because this one now is made from up and this one is taken from down, so you have nothing from here. That's a good point. That's a good point. Tuck, 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 tuck. Yeah, this feels a good point. How do you solve this? How do you solve this? Ghosty before LSD versus Ghosty after LSD. Yes, so true. So true. Ok, allora. Well. Yeah, ok, allora was an Italian word, sorry. But... yeah, like, I don't know if you can ever solve this one, though. Fantasmino. Fantasmino is ghost in Italian. Written like this way. Because ghost is fantasma and ghosty is fantasmino. Hey rat. Hey rat. Like, okay, continue with the LSD, maybe? Let's continue with the LSD. Like this way? Maybe? Like this way we continue with the 1 step and 1 step, so we don't change too much here. And Fantasmino. Yeah, exactly. This is so cool. Okay, let me tell you which was it. What is my problem? My problem is that I can't really do this, because if I do this, I'm not saying that everything works fine here, because I could continue down, or I could. Well, I can't continue down though. So it's not a problem, maybe. Because when I make those 2 steps down, I'm missing those 2, so I can't continue down. Can't continue left, so I must go here. So, yeah, okay, it's not a problem. It's not a problem, so this one works. Okay. And at the moment, this is the problem now that we have. So, that's where we are. Wow. Let's continue. Let's add the list of sentences that I was expected here. Yeah, it's so true. Oh, come on. Just extend the finish row by 1. Yes, I can. The point is that if I do that, if I extend this 1 by 1, I'm just saying Oh, maybe I had an idea. Wait, maybe I had an idea. Maybe I had an idea. Give me a second. Yes. Okay. Let me explain. You must go through here in any case. You must go through here in any case. But at the same time, you must go through here in any case. So all the starting logic still works. You still have stuff that goes all the way around, and you must. Okay, that's a bit easier probably to find out what's going on here, but it's pretty much working. But without extending this one to another position, we are not just saying where the end is, because the whole point still stands that you need a position here, 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 or here, or here, and still all of them don't work because this one, and this one break for the direction of the path. You can tell that. You don't have anymore the one in the middle. That's a bit not fun. I liked the fact that you had this, but yeah, that's fine. And this one doesn't work because what's going on here? This one can't be reached, so you need this one as the end, and the rest of the thing works. So yeah, this should be. Oh, well. This is not a problem, right? We all know that this is not a problem, right? We can just do that, and that's fine. Of course. A bit. Now, the setter could say that, like between the original one and these, there are some differences, but like let me just send this version in a Discord chat with the setter to. Okay, you have. I'm writing that to the setter. You have 2 hours of me solving the original version and setting this corrected version with the. I think with all the problems solved. I mean, Okay, wait a second. Now export URL and check. So we are going from this to this. Now, this one is made by someone who clearly knows how to draw. This one is made by me, and the difference is very clear, I think. Okay, it's yeah, it's not that. It's not that that's cool to see, honestly. And I'm gonna say that publicly. I'm sorry for that. I know that it's not as much cool as the other one, honestly, in terms of everything. But I mean, yeah, nah, like this is how you go from this thing that had a lot of interesting logic, but it was broken and yeah, literally to solve that broken stuff and a lot of tests that are not reachable, you reach this. Like this still maintains all the cool logic, but also doesn't have all the cool fancy drawing. But yeah. Hey, more important that it works. Absolutely, I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. I think it's also cool how the breaking works and the things that you use. Also, I mean, I said that here you use like, you remember, you use this one, and those two, okay? And still, I think here you are still using this one to make the start. And okay, you are not using the stuff that you had up here. That's true. But you are still forcing stuff going here, because this one can't be done. And you are still going through here and through here or here. So I think we didn't lost too much of the logic, honestly. We didn't lost too much. We didn't lose too much. So yeah, I don't know what to think about it, but still. But anyway, I don't know. I just don't know. That said, I was not the setter of these. The ideas behind the break-in and all the stuff were not mine. So please don't think it was mine at all. I just took what that setter did and found it very interesting. So yeah, I'm taking credit for the name, by the way. Yeah, Setter, if you want to publish that as a collab, I'm perfectly fine with that. Also, I mean, in theory, someone should test this puzzle, because yeah, we made a lot of changes, so I should test it another time, and people should test it another time. But I mean, it's already 2 hours of this stream, and I'll probably just stop here. But if someone wants to try this one, I'll just put the link of this into the Skankur's League channel, and if someone wants to try this one, they just can. I don't know if all the changes that I've done here made some steps trivial. Maybe, but it's still true that you can't go through here, you must go through the other side. So I mean, I think most of the logic still applies, because again, you still need these. Maybe what changed is that now you don't know if this is the end. Even if you know that this one is the last thing that you are doing from here, you don't know that it is the end, if it is at the end or not. But we can tell that. Why? Because the logic still applies, yes. Why? Because when we know that we must go through here and through here, if this is not the end, you must continue down. And so the end is down here or to the right. So at least we know that the end is, somewhere near here. And it should be pretty much it, right? Even if... yeah, and you know it's the end. And at that point, you know that it's the end, because if it's not the end, how can you ever reach this cell from up, from down, if you make this step down? So yeah, so you know that the end is this cell or this cell at that point, and you know that it must be this cell. So okay, the logic is still cool. Yeah, you can't continue down, can you? Oh yes, you can't continue. Oh, sorry. Yes, of course. Of course, it's 2 hours. Yeah, of course. That's even simpler. Yeah. Yep. I absolutely agree. I mean, you can even use that logic. Imagine that you are creating like this one and not this one, to tell people that in theory they could go down, but in fact they can't, because if they go down, they just break the connectivity for this step. So you can even do that, and it's even better. That's so cool. That's so cool. Yeah, this part is even cooler than the other version, than this one. This one is even cooler than the other one. I really like that. Like, let me export this one. Oh no! Sorry. Let me. I don't know what this is. I don't really know what this is. I don't know what this is. Oh, maybe this one is for the edit. Oh yeah, yes. Okay, yes. Oh, this one is for edit. Ah, okay, that's how it works. Okay, I didn't know that. Anyway, yes. Now, I guess that this one should go on testing at the moment, or at least in the chat, and then it's of course property of the setter, but. Oh, Rat, yeah, of course, feel free to skip it, but if you manage to do some recoil and to set one of these, even simple, yeah, I mean, you should try. You absolutely should try. Anyway, that was it. And yeah. Thank you all. I really hope it was again helpful, at least a bit in general. So that's it. I probably share this one. I mean, I don't think the setter will have problems. I mean, it was ear streamed, so I think I can share the link of this one. So yeah. Have fun, you all, and have a nice day or nice evening, even if it's like my case. And no, thank you. And again, I hope if you watch again, or I mean, yeah, any questions, just tell. I think it was a good 2 hours of setting. So that's it. Bye, you all. Should I maybe? Oh, there is no one. I don't see no one streaming that I can. Oh, thank you, math guy. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's really appreciated what you're saying. Really appreciated. Malakri. Okay. I don't think I've ever watched Malakri, so yeah, let's raid them. I was not following, so it's a good way to start. And thank you all again. Let's see. Yeah, okay. Can trade. I am raiding Malakri. Why can't? I don't know. But okay. Bye you all then. See you on Discord.